So yeah, let's open it here. There is some new sims. Okay, nice. How much is bounty actually worth, right? So this is what we want to ask ourselves. So in this example, everyone has starting bounty. So what we said, how much starting bounty worth? This is like roughly beginning of the tournament. So we can simplify. We don't need to say like, oh, it worth exactly 23%. We can call it 25%, right? So in the beginning of the tournament, we're going to go with 25. So that's going to be like 25,000, which is starting stack, which you can see here. If you open here payouts and structure, you can see that the starting stack is 25,000. So the one bounty, which everyone has one bounty here. So one bounty worth 6250. Okay. So this is, for example, like this guy on that has 25 big blinds. So we're looking at example this one. So we're on the big blind with 40 blinds against the cutoff with 25 co-open, right? So his stack is, he has 25 blinds, 25 times the big blind is, as you can see here, 600. So he has 15,000. So how much so can you guys tell me, so how much, if you know he has just one starting bounty, what percentage of his stack is his bounty? We know that one bounty is 6250, right? So what we're gonna do, like, it's this like 6 divided by, so this is how we can see it. It's around 40% of his stack. So this is important when you're playing. You don't have to, you can just visually roughly have estimation of how much of his stack, so like around half of his stack you can say, like, when playing. This is important, right? So to have a quick understanding and quick way to find out how much his bounties were, right? So I would say, if I see this in game, I would not try to like calculate his, I would say it is roughly half of his stack, right? And that will give you a really good starting point for adjusting your strategy. And you can see here, big blind against cutoff. This is how we want to play our strategy. So we're going to have against that 25 big blind guy, we're going to have jams. We're going to expand this, like these jams we're not going to use, ace 10 off we're not going to use. So we're expanding a little bit because he has this additional money, like almost half of his stack, or like even 10 big blinds is additional in the pot that we can win by going all in. So we expand our range. So what if he has 2 starting bounties, right? So what do you guys think is going to happen? Okay, so do we go wider? What do we do? Like, what do you think is going to happen? So if instead of this much he has times 2, so it's going to be almost his entire stack. Like, his bounty is going to be 12,500 and his stack is going to be 15,000. So it's going to be like almost 83% of that. So what we're going to do? We're going to go wider. We're going to jam even more, right? So we're going to expand. We're going to jam even more. And so what do you think he's going to do? So he plays like here strategy of VPAPing or RFI actually. So he RFI all hands. He plays 26.4. So what he's going to do? What is going to be his adjustment as a short stack with a big bounty? Much wider, we need less equity, tighter. He needs to open less, exactly, tighter open. Nice. Okay, so let's see actually that. Okay, so here we have this first example where he has 2 starting bounties instead of 1, right? So it works almost his entire stack, or like 83% of his stack. So his range goes down to 21%. So he's opening tighter now. But what happens, like, we're not really jamming tighter. We're expanding our jamming range and expanding it quite a lot, right? So why is that happening? So that happens, you can see here by this risk premiums. So we have actually negative risk premiums, which means that we get basically a discount. We get better pot odds because we add all of these chips into the pot, which means that on our normal pot odds, we get discount of 11.8%, it seems here, right? So that's a quite big discount. So we get to gamble way more. Whereas he still has positive risk premium, so he needs to play pretty tight. So this is the change that happens in PKOs, right?